What's up now?
Player, stay putting it in the air. Finesse, dressed with that flair, look like we live without a care. We keep it player. Sound easy, but it's rare, but we here. Blessed to be breathing the air with these squares. We keep it player. When you see me, you can speak. I keep it player. When who keep it player with me? We keep it player. When you see me, you can speak. I keep it player. When who keep it player with me?
Yo, it's your boy Kaveli White. You know what I'm saying? I'm sitting here shooting this shit with the homeboy Tooilly. Illy, what's popping?
Man, I'm ready to shoot this shit, man. This is gonna be an epic one right here, man. I'm doing good though. How about yourself? How you doing?
Hey man, I can't complain in this motherfucking game. You know what I'm saying? We just trying to maintain and stay in our lane. You know what I'm talking about?
I definitely feel you, man. I definitely feel you. Hey, who we got on today, though, man? What's going on for today? How we doing? How we shooting it today?
Yo, I'm going to definitely tell you what's going on. But, before we get cursed out in the background, I got to give a big shout out to the homeboy behind the camera. You know what I'm saying? The homeboy Alter Alley, who also built the space and made it happen for us. You know what I'm talking about?
Hey, shout out to Big Brother. Shout out to Big Brother.
Yes, sir. So, man, I got a motherfucking treat for us today, like for real. I got a homeboy who hit the Web3 space by storm with his company, you know what I'm saying? And he just been turning it up, just spreading love all around the block, man. And it's been a pleasure to get to know this man. Today, we got the homeboy, Niall Cottrell from NFTempo. What's popping now?
Hey, what's going on, guys? First of all, thank you all for inviting me onto the show, man. Really looking forward to today. I want to congratulate both yourselves. Hey, we've got Bad Fox 4042 in the room. Like, it's great to see some of the NFTempo artists here. I know Bad Fox has got a track, You a Vibe, produced by Tooilly. Kaveli the Punisher White has just dropped his first track on music.nftempo.io, again produced by Tooilly. So let's go, man. Yeah, I'm honestly, I'm honoured to be here with you guys today.
Man, we honored to have you up in this joint. And bro, you took the words right out of my mouth. I'm honored to have the homeboy Bad Fox 4042, a phenomenal MC. I'm honored to have the homeboy Stray Souls up in this joint, a phenomenal producer. I got my homeboy NakedNutz up in this joint. He's a phenomenal artist, you know what I'm saying? And I also see it looks like Sales C Diva in the joint. And I may not know you, but I'm glad to have you in this joint too. You know what I'm saying? So welcome. And now, man, we ready to get to the bottom of this whole NFTempo thing and really even learn about you some, man. So is it okay if I start off, asking you some questions, Pep?
Yeah, man, go down whatever route you want to go. Personal, NFTempo, I'm an open book, man. So I'm looking forward to getting into it all.
Man, it sounds super dope, bro. I think first and foremost, bro, if you could, bro, because I know you from NFTempo, you know what I'm saying? So if you could tell the listeners, what exactly is NFTempo?
Yeah, thank you, my man. So NFTempo, we're a music ecosystem being built on the XRP ledger. And then the reason I say ecosystem is because obviously you got the music NFT marketplaces out there, and that's sort of where music has stopped in the NFT industry right now. We've got our music NFT marketplace out there right now, music.nftempo.io. You can find some of the fantastic artists and producers we've got in the room with us today on there. But yeah, other than that, like we're with the whole ecosystem we're building. So we've got a royalties investment marketplace to come, an NFT tickets hub to come, and then a DeFi hub to come as well to unlock decentralized finance opportunities and capabilities for music NFTs and really take them to a whole nother level. So yeah, man, it's a whole ecosystem we're building out here for music and musicians, all on the XRPL. And yeah, man, really exciting times. We're approaching our first year in development. So the 22nd of November is going to be our first birthday over at NFTempo. Yeah, man, it's been a wild year so far.
You've been out here rocking for a year now?
Yeah, man, and I think that's what some people don't realise, do you know what I mean? Because most Web3 projects, they've been out here for years, like 2-3 years now building, even on the XRPL with other music platforms and just music platforms in general. But yeah, we only started 22nd of November last year, so we're approaching 1 year in development.
Man, you guys
Yeah,
are doing
man.
a
Now I've been knocking on. Now I've been kicking down doors for a minute, man. I promise you.
man, he doing a good ass job, bro. I mean, he's got a lot of artists onboarded to that marketplace. Do you have a hold on how many artists you all actually have on NFTempo at this time now?
Good question. I haven't got the updated stats. I know last time I checked, I think we've just hit we've hit over 50 artists who's actually minted, and I think we're approaching the 200th track that's been listed as well. So exciting times. But that being said, like what I will say on the onboarding side of things is, man, like we've not even seen nothing yet. There's going to be an explosion of artists coming to XRPL and to NFTempo specifically. The amount of connections we've made in this space is just unbelievable. It is unbelievable. It's probably about 10% of what's actually minting right now. So, yeah, we're currently working on some tutorials, visual tutorials, and once they're out, I do expect a wave of artists to sort of come flooding into the XRPL. We've also got an artist onboarding fund as well, so that's just going to help assist bring more and more artists into this space. So, yeah, man, like even with only 50 artists so far right now and nearly 200 tracks, do you know what I mean? That's just minimal compared to where we're going to be in 3-6 months time, man. It's exciting watching this growth and the journey we're on. I think this last month we hit like 200% growth on all figures so far. So man, it's been insane.
Yo, that is fucking incredible, my guy. And I want to know fucking everything, man. Like, let's start from the beginning because NFTempo, the founder, you know, it was founded by Charlie Wooden. Is that correct?
Yeah, he was the original founder. He come from, I'm going to get this one wrong now, but it was either the X-Punks or the Ripple Punks team. I'm 99% sure it was the X-Punks team, so one of the biggest XRPL projects out there. He was their CFO over there, and whatever happened with them, they parted ways because Charlie had this vision of music and the way music can be utilised with blockchain and NFT technology. Do you know what I mean? So I don't know how long he was stewing on this idea for. I know he's been a musician at heart in his early days, so hey, music's been a passion of his for a long, long while. But yeah, this was something that he officially sort of parted ways and started on towards the end of November last year.
And so, how in the hell did Charlie Wooden run into a Niall Cottrell, man? Like, how did you guys' relationship develop to get this whole NFTempo thing started with this new Web3 thing?
Yeah, great question, man, and it's kind of a beautiful little story in a sense. The way I even got into crypto, and we'll probably dive into that a little bit later on, but is through a guy called Jordan Harry. He was an XRPL influencer, and he sort of traveled the world speaking on crypto and everything like that. And it was actually through him. So Charlie reached out to Jordan asking if there was anyone he knew in the sort of marketing sense of Web3. We connected, and yeah, we just hit it off straight away. Do you know what I mean? I love the vision of the project and what this whole idea was, the way we're moving, the whole vision for the whole ecosystem. Do you know what I mean? I was just taken away by it. So yeah, we sort of connected through Jordan Harry. I think it was literally within that weekend I'd signed up and I'd started working for NFTempo. So yeah, man, that was a fun little journey. That things just changed at a drop of a hat. Do you know what I mean?
Hey, yo, man, go ahead.
Hey, Belly. Let me ask you now, like, so before Web3, what was your position in music in Web2? So, like, we call it Web2.
Hold up now, Illy. I got you. Watch this. I'm about to impress now with this shit right here because now I was the motherfucking producer of the Super Investor Show, and that's how the homie Charlie must have found him working with Jordan Harry. Is that right now?
And sorry, I actually forgot to mention this before. So I actually met Charlie at a crypto event in London around 6 months before that. And that was the first time we'd connected. And that was at that point I was in the position of the producer of the Super Investor Show. Me and Jordan were at this event to interview some of the guests at this Web3 event. And yeah, the Ripple Punks team was there, Charlie was there, and that was the first time we sort of embraced it and met each other. And then yeah, it was sort of through the show where we sort of reconnected, and he was still aware of me, like 6 months down the line.
You see that, Illy? Don't we be doing our
Hey,
research?
hey, I promise you. Now probably was looking like, how the heck did he know that? Yeah. So what kind of show was it again? Tell me about the show. What kind of show was it?
Yeah, so that was called the Super Investor Show by Jordan Harry. He was the host of the show. I was the producer in the background doing everything else. But yeah, that was just sort of a Web3 show. We had some really influential guests come on. May Shan from the Hedera community. We had Jeremy Hogan from the XRPL community. Like just some real big names in this industry. And we just come on, interview them, do you know what I mean? And a bit like this show now, do you know what I mean? Just kick it back and go deeper with them and bring some highlights to them on a more personal basis. So that was a really fun experience. The show has stopped since then due to a sort of issue that we both encountered, nearly getting scammed through the show. But that being said, there's still episodes in the locker if we ever want to go back to it, do you know what I mean? And the connections and the networking from that event was just unreal.
Oh, now, do tell, man. Tell me about the scam. What happened, man?
Oh, so we got offered some sort of form of. I weren't too keen on it. Jordan was the one sort of like spearheading this, and we got offered some sort of sponsorship. And that leads on what we were speaking to prior to the show. Do you know what I mean? But there was a certain sponsorship deal. It was meant to be a 7-figure deal for 1 year, and yeah, he even flew out to another country to meet these guys. Do you know what I mean? And sign that, like, get all the details in place. And yeah, I won't go into too much detail about it, but we ended up losing over 6 figures from it. Do you know what I mean? So that was a brutal mistake from us. A harsh reality check. Do you know what I mean? But hey, things happen for a reason. Do you know what I mean? Things happen for a reason. And I just look at where we both are now. We're both still striving forward. Do you know what I mean? It hasn't stopped us. But yeah, that was a tough time back then.
Well, just to make it educational, bro, you know, when people are faced with opportunities like that where, you know, they can get happy and you know, it could be or it could not be, like, what precautions would you suggest that people should take just for educational purposes if they are offered something like that now?
Do you know what? I love this, and my response is talk to someone that you're close with, share the details with them about it, because I tell you now, if Jordan would have been a bit more transparent, and this is no shame on him at all, do you know what I mean? We see sponsorship deals, we see the like 7 figures in place for a show that you just started, like, yeah, you're going to go for it. And because it was so rushed, we had very limited contacts in that time to sort of go over things, what the offer was, all the finite details of it all. If you just speak to someone, like, as soon as I found out more and more information about this, I said, well, what was you doing? Do you know what I mean? Because it was just red flag after red flag appeared. In certain terms of, like, if moving money away from your own wallet for even 1 minute, do you know what I mean? Like, there's just certain things in place. So that's where I'd actually say is just conversation. Speak to someone you're close with, share the details with them. I'd be a little bit vulnerable, because they may turn around a bit and see the red flags and be like, well, hold on a minute here. Why are you taking X, Y, and Z steps? Do you know what I mean? And yeah, and I know I do confidently say that if we would have just spoke about it a little bit more in that rushed period, I don't think we would have took certain steps, and certain things would have been so much more protected. Do you know what I mean?
I freaking feel you, bro. So there's a movie, you know what I'm saying, that I used to watch when I was a kid. It's called Don't Be a Menace to Society While Drinking Your Juice in the Hood. You know what I'm saying? And every time something profound would be said, Keenan Ivory Wayans would pop up and go, message. You know what I'm saying? And so, yeah, I want to mirror that with a message. You know what I'm saying? Because you just dropped some game right there. You know what I'm saying? Illy, you still feeling good over there? I guess he's good.
Yeah, no, I'm good. No, I'm good. I'm trying. I kept hitting the wrong button. Yeah, everything good. I'm just soaking up the game, though, man. I'm just soaking up the game, because shit, you never know what deals might come across the table. You know what I mean? And just what Niall just said, you know what I'm saying, will definitely pop up in my head. You know what I'm saying? And like you said, be more vulnerable. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't be secretive about what's going on, because the more vulnerable you are, I mean, the better you will be. You know what I'm saying? Just with handling your business. You know what I'm saying? And taking those proper steps. So yeah, definitely salute for the information. Salute.
Yeah, man.
Sorry. Sorry, Kaveli, I was just going to jump in there and say, look, like, and that's a big thing, like, especially when it comes down to finances and money. Do you know what I mean? Especially as men and the providers, you get sort of uncomfortable talking about the finances and sort of breaking it down with close ones or loved ones. Do you know what I mean? And like I say, just remove that barrier, remove that sort of fear of vulnerability. Be a little bit open, and you'll save yourself so much time and hassle. The amount of mistakes, the amount of scams that people have gotten into, if they would have just spoken about it, done a little bit more research instead of just rushing through the decisions, yeah, you should be so much more protected in the long run.
And I'm thinking like, so obviously like you and Jordan, like you guys were able to remain friends even through this, like, through these tough times. Cause like he's the one that pointed you in the direction of Charlie Wooden, right?
Oh man, me and Jordan, we go back years and years. Like we've got a relationship since I knew him in school. I'm a couple of years older than him. He was actually sort of hanging around with my brother, who's a year younger than myself, growing up in school and everything like that. And they this is sort of how far back we go. Like I remember being there when he first lost his virginity. Do you know what I mean? When he was first throwing his parties. Yeah, man. Like we go back a long way. So yeah, this didn't affect anything at all. Do you know what I mean? We've got so much love for each other, and so much respect for each other as well. Like I put a lot of I put everything I've got down to him. Do you know what I mean? And getting me into this Web3 space, sort of changing my life around a few years back, and yeah, I owe so much to that man. I really do. So, and even with being the producer, do you know what I mean? And just how things have elevated, the connections, the networks I've got from that is, yeah, but I've got so much love and respect for that bloke. And he's been through a lot as well. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, it's nothing would sort of sway us away apart from each other. We're true brothers.
Hey man, well, super
Salute,
freaking.
salute. That's big of you to say that, man. But go ahead, my bad, fella. Go ahead.
No, I was mirroring what you said, bro. Like super freaking shout out to Jordan Harry. And I think you just showed him the ultimate love and respect. And so man, make sure you send him the clip and let him know that, we talked about him in the beginning of the show. So he don't gotta listen all the way through if he don't want to. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, you know it, man. He's busy. Like he's continued it. We'll probably dive into a little bit of that later on because that goes into sort of another sort of scam part of the history that I've been through, which we was both involved in, unfortunately, or got sort of struck and by. But yeah, man, he's always turning up, even to the NFTempo events. Do you know what I mean? You may not see his personal profile in there, but you'll often see some of the companies he's working under or working with. You'll see their profiles pop in. So yeah, a lot of love for him, even for his continued support as well.
Hey, nah, now, you know what, bro? We shooting the shit, bro. I mean, so, when you open Pandora's box, like, you can't fucking tuck that shit back in. So tell us about the fucking, so you motherfuckers, it ain't not one, but two scams you guys have went through as friends?
Yeah, man. Yeah. So, first of all, before I even get into it, do you guys remember the days of the passive income and the sort of all the projects that were paying 0.1 of their token, if you invested in 10 of their tokens or whatever, that whole passive income scheme?
Illy, that's your lane, Illy.
Nah. That's my lane, but that ain't something that'll catch my attention. So no, now I'm not on to that.
Illy said he would look
Nah,
right
that's
past you now. Tell me about it now.
yeah, no, I was gonna say that's all good. That was back in sort of like the Ball Runner 21 and all that, and there was all these projects like For Finance, a few others I can't actually remember the names of now, but they were all like you'd invest in 10 of their tokens and they'd pay out 0.1 a day. And the tokenomics behind it was just like there was no sustainability in it whatsoever. Every single one of those projects that were doing that have ended up collapsing or failing, or they've changed so much that it just wasn't the original vision. Apart from one project, and I will give them a shout out, Zeta Capital. That's probably been one of my best investments to date. Do you know what I mean? But they employed the same sort of. Sorry, say that again, Kaveli.
Can you spell it for the people, bro? Since we giving them a shout out, I want, people to be able to look them up and do their own research.
Yeah, 100%. And yeah, always do your own due diligence, do your research into them. But yeah, Zeta Capital, XETA Capital, Capital. it's one of them. Always do your due diligence. Like they have got or they in their white paper they've stated there's only sort of like a 3-year lifespan XYZ. I won't go into them too much, but in general they're the only project that I'm aware of that have actually managed to do that passive income play properly. Now that being said, this whole passive income play thing, there was a certain project called Phoenix Community Finance, PCC. Now, or Phoenix Community Capital it was, sorry. I ended up, Jordan was working for them. I ended up working for them as well for a brief period, or not for them. They was the parent company. I worked for a marketplace underneath them, which was one of their businesses called Spectrum. Now, it's all well and good. Do you know what I mean? I met the founders or on calls and everything, X, Y, and Z. The founders, that they were appearing in the UK government. Do you know what I mean? So, like, even when you do your own due diligence and do your research, that there's still X, Y, and Z that's sort of left to the imaginary, because these guys were appearing in front of in the House of Lords and everything like that. Do you know what I mean? Giving talks on cryptocurrency and the whole passive income DeFi space. And what more sort of credibility can you get other than talking literally in front of the UK government? Do you know what I mean? So yeah.
Go ahead though.
Nah, that's it. Do you know what I mean? So I done my due diligence. I was happy with the team. I was like, especially after meeting them, like face to face on camera and all that. Everything was going well. But again, it's the same thing. They had no sustainability in their projects. They was overpaying influencers. Their token price went from something like $75 to $1,000 in the space of a month or two. And we all know when you see things like that, it is just a scam. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And yeah, eventually, very shortly after, the price tanked to $1, less than $1. Do you know what I mean? It's now zero. The founders walked away from the project. Yeah, it was essentially a rug pull, a complete scam.
And that was Phoenix Community Capital.
Yeah, that's right. PCC. They had their logo was a phoenix. If anyone, honestly, anyone involved in that, they'll hear PCC. They'll. I'll probably get some DMs about that. But yeah, it's that was a wild time, man. Wild time. Do you know what I mean? And Jordan got a hell of a lot of backlash from it, because at the time he was their CMO. And I was actually working for him as well as a sort of social media manager, and his sort of like second-hand man, do you know what I mean? And I helped him through a lot of that shit. But yeah, man, that was tough, because he got the blame for a lot of it, because he was the marketing, he was the guy on the spaces, he was the guy sort of bringing all the people in, do you know what I mean? Even though the founders were there, they were showing up left, right and centre, but they didn't get the same sort of backlash as what he did. But yeah, that's blown over now, thankfully. But yeah, there's even claims, like there's UK, if you're in the UK and you were affected by PCC, get in contact with Niall Cottrell at NFTempo, because there are resources you can do to sort of sue them and try and get some of your money back.
Let's go. So now, yeah, y'all better get with Niall if y'all mess with PCC, Phoenix Community Capital. He gonna help you try to get some of your cash back. You know what I'm saying? Or some of your crypto, some of your Web3. And please don't put that on our crypto. Like my man Niall said, you know what I'm saying? Zeta Capital, worked out for him. So, it's all about doing your own research and all stuff like that. But please do not cut yourself off to a better financial living for your family if it's something that, that could work for you. But we just talking, all right? So do your own research. You feel me? And I want to thank you for that now. We appreciate you. You feel me?
Yeah, no, I appreciate it, man. And yeah, that's a good point. Obviously, everything we're speaking is not financial advice, do you know what I mean? But like on that note as well, I think that's why it's so important to be diversified, do you know what I mean? And people over leveraging themselves into one project. If you were, even with something like that, which seemed so legit at the time, if you over leverage yourself into that project and you see what happens in the long run, do you know what I mean? That is why diversification is so key, just to protect yourself as well from anything like that. So obviously everything we're saying is not financial advice. Always do your research, do your due diligence, but yeah, diversification is key.
And not only that, but what I wanted to ask you, so is that, because I heard you say that your boy Jordan brought you in to kind of do some marketing for Phoenix. So is that where you caught your marketing bug at? You know what I'm saying? That landed you in your position with NFTempo?
No, so that was actually sort of a good year or so into my Web3 journey. That was he'd seen how I was building, how I was helping projects on the XRPL, even working with himself because I'd been his social media manager. I was his social media manager and his sort of right hand man for years, a good 3-4 years now. So yeah, he'd seen how consistent I was. He'd seen my sort of passion for this space and just how I was just so dedicated to building. Do you know what I mean? And yeah, that's where my sort of elevation grew from it, was just sort of taking the next job, and just sort of stepping up from each company that I went to.
Dope as hell, man. So like, how did you begin marketing and stuff? Like, where does that come from? Like, was it your passion, or is it just something that you just like figured out as you were coming up, bro? How did you get that bug?
Man, I
And now,
love that, and I
and
hope.
now,
Oh,
real quick before you say anything, the reason why we asking is because you are like when you out here marketing, it's like you like a marketing tornado, bro. Like you out here full throttle. You know what I'm saying? So it got to be a passion or something behind it, man. I'm like, this guy's everywhere.
hey, nah, I really appreciate it, guys. Thank you for sort of the recognition of it. Do you know what I mean? Because, hey, I'll be completely honest. What, 4 or 5 years ago, I was working on construction sites. Do you know what I mean? Working on construction sites, and marketing wasn't even a thought. And yeah, I was gambling and all that. Do you know what I mean? Sort of in some bad habits. And Jordan got me into it all. He was just like, he started showing me about XRPL, teaching me about XRP. And I just got more and more dived into it. Do you know what I mean? And that's where I come across like, so the first project I ever even got into was and started working with was DP Monk's Finance on the XRPL. Now I've still got so much love and respect for them. Daniel, the founder over there, he's a great guy. But yeah, I found them pretty much when they founded and when they launched back in 2021, I think it was, or 2020, sorry. And yeah, I just got myself deep into the community. Do you know what I mean? I was invested in it myself. And it just sort of sparked from there. I ended up at that time I was Jordan's social media manager. So, like that's how I sort of got into the marketing sense, and the whole social media side of things was just him bringing me into this space and asking me to be his sort of right hand man for it all. But then yeah, I sort of went my own way in the XRPL fund in different communities and working with them. DP Monks, for example, yeah, started with them. I just went to the founder. I was like, look, can I build you a Discord? Can I do this for you? Do you know what I mean? And just sort of try to offer some extra value as a community member. And that relationship just grew, ended up becoming their social media manager. Things were going great there as well. Do you know what I mean? Oh, sorry, go ahead, bro.
No, bro. Like I was just saying, yes, sir, because that's something that me and Illy discuss all the time. And because a principle, what you acted on is what a lot of people don't understand. And that's the principle of favor for a favor. And so what you did was you extended your services to somebody in order to get the experience and the help and the networking to catapult yourself into a better position. Is that correct now?
Yeah, 100%, because you've got to be realistic with things as well. At that time, do you know what I mean? I'd only been a social media manager for a year, with Jordan, that is, and I had no real marketing experience or XYZ behind me. Do you know what I mean? So could just come in and be like, right, I want to charge this amount. Do you know what I mean? So you've just got to take them steps, do what you can to sort of give back to get back. Do you know what I mean? Not expecting things in return, but just do it for the experience, man. Do it it's like investing in yourself. Do you know what I mean? Just do it for the personal growth.
Man, I love that, yo. How you feeling, Illy?
Hey man, I totally agree, man. I totally agree. Now, like one hand wash the other, they both wash their face. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't just jump out the boat expecting to get the mother load. You know what I'm saying? You got to put that work in and shake those hands and do favors. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I definitely agree, man. Definitely.
Hell
And
yeah.
that's it, guy. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, even over the last 3-4 years, just even from taking that first step, do you know what I mean? Because if I wouldn't have done that, offering to create their Discord, God knows where I'd be now. Do you know what I mean? And now we look back like 3-4 years down the line. Do you know what I mean? I'm now the co-founder, CMO of NFTempo, the co-founder and COO of SoundShares, which is the royalties investment platform. got such a passion and dedication for this space. Like some of the network and the connections I've made with like real top people in this crypto industry, do you know what I mean? Like real big players, big names, and then even music artists as well through what we're doing at NFTempo. Like honestly, man, it's been an absolute blessing. But I hold it all down to, because like I say, I was working on construction sites, and if you find something that you do have a little bit of passion for, like mine was crypto and Web3, do you know what I mean? And the whole XRPL ecosystem, like I really got passionate about that, and I just went all in on it, all in. And yeah, when you do sort of get that belief and you've got that sort of vision for it all, yeah, just go for it, see what you can do. Like I remember on that, I was still on construction sites building that Discord for DPMF back in the day, do you know what I mean? And that's sort of what really allowed me to go full time in Web3, was sort of when I did transition into them, working with them, and it just sort of all just grew from there.
Man, I tell you what now, man, you is a bad mother shit yo mouth, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, this is so fun right now. This has been so impressive. But I'm gonna tell you like this, man. We shouted out a lot of motherfuckers. Like we even shouted out Rugs. You know what I'm saying? And so we gotta pause for the cause for just 1 second. You know what I'm saying? And let's get one of our advertisements in. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I mean, here's a quick pause for a commercial break. Yeah, I mean, just and we'll be back right after these brief messages. You feel me?
Yo, we got free metaverse advertising. Yes, once again, that's free metaverse advertising. We are doing this from October the 2nd until October the 10th. So these little stickers that you see floating around here, we usually do these 3 for $10. You know what I'm saying? But you don't got to worry about that. You know, we're doing it absolutely free. All you got to do is comment, I'm down, under this post, wherever it's posted at. If it's on X, if it's on Instagram, TikTok, all you got to do is say, I'm down, and we are going to hook you up. We got everything that you see in this space right now, we can do for advertising. I'm talking about larger poster size, billboard size. I mean, you can advertise 3D products. You can do short video clips, fam. I'm talking about, like, we got the ability to hook you up with geolocated augmented reality. You know what I'm saying? All across the nation. You feel me? We can do a skyboard for you. You know, something nice and big, all in the air, you know? And for the heavy hitters, I mean, hell, let's just build you a whole skybox. You know what I'm talking about? Or, if you would like, you know, you can just be a part of this freebie right here for the week. You know, let's get your name out, you know, for my small businesses. You know what I'm talking about? Let's get your name out to the people. Maybe I do a little video or something, you know, try to get you guys in there like we got our peoples in there now. You know what I'm saying? And listen, if you ever want to advertise with us in the future, or you need us to set up anything for you, we host events, we create events, you know what I'm saying? And we put a Web3 too, so I mean, so we accept crypto, Cash App, PayPal, you know, all the cryptos, you know? Yeah, we get it in, you know what I'm saying? And I mean, these spaces are good to make, like, great content on your social media, you know what I'm saying? They get us a lot of views because it adds, like, the cartoon or the metaverse effect to a lot of things that we're doing. And so, yeah, it's a real good look, you know what I'm saying? And not only that, but a lot of these spaces are streamed on multiple platforms, you know what I'm saying? So you never know who's going to put their eyes on your business in the background, or who may want to look into it to see what's going on. So that's also really cool, man. And we got to support our local businesses in the metaverse, you know what I'm saying? And so all you got to do is comment, I'm down. I mean, that's all you have to do. You know what I'm saying? And, hey, we got all kind of bonuses.
Yeah, let's get it. Let's get it.
All right, let's kick it back in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yo, it's your boy Kaveli the Punisher White. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully y'all love that beautiful commercial that we whipped up for y'all. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know we doing a lot. You feel me? We getting it popping. We got events, you know what I'm saying? We got advertisements. You know, we reaching out to sponsors now for certain things that the Dragon Clan doing, you know what I'm saying? That's me, Alter Alley, NakedNutz, the homeboy Jack Analog. I said Illy though, right? If I didn't say Illy, he deserved to be said twice. But don't worry about that. We still chilling with the homeboy now, you know what I'm saying? And we about to get back into this whole NFTempo debacle. You know what I'm saying? Well, not debacle, beautiful thing. Cause I'm loving what we got going. And one thing I wanted to speak with you about now is, man, I love how you guys do the contest and spaces and like your whole X/Twitter presence, like that marketing, or like I would say scheme, because you know I like, you know, we build stuff in two back, but you know when you bring it to the public, you don't want to say words like scheme because you know it kind of throw them off and stuff. But I mean, man, like what you and Rob Nichols does, bro, it is like truly impressive, man. And so like, how does that process work? Do you just like holler at Nichols and just like tell him what you want to do, and you guys just fucking vibe and throw a beautiful show? Like, man, like tell me about that process a little bit.
Yeah, man, thank you for that as well. And like, even the music battles, do you know what I mean? They started at an absolute whim. Like literally, we're now on series 3 of them, about to wrap it up. We're supposed to have the quarterfinals today, but yeah, we'll get that finalised this month. But yeah, 3 months into the music battles, and that started the week before that actually officially started was when we actually come up with the idea. And yeah, just quickly rushed to get 32 artists on board. Everyone was so sort of enticed into it, do you know what I mean? So that's been a huge success. Even with the Thursdays, the tempo, like a lot of it just sort of comes from a random idea that I have, and then I chuck it to Rob, even Fitzy as well. Special shout out to him. He's been a big player in it as well. But yeah, I sort of come up with an idea, chuck it to them boys, and we're like, right, how do we start this? And when are we starting it? And Rob, man, so much love for that man. He's not just for us, you know what I mean? But he's such a cheerleader for all the Web3 artists out here. He's doing what he can to support, to show love. And yeah, that's what it's all about, do you know what I mean? I think we've been with other groups over the time and other sort of influencers and what X, Y, Z, do you know what I mean, to sort of help promote. But I think we've just naturally gravitated to people who are on the same wavelength, do you know what I mean? And who's on about generating that same positivity, that same love, that same support, do you know what I mean? And that's what the whole community we've been trying to build is all about, do you know what I mean? Regardless of what blockchain you're on as well. We all know blockchain agnostic's going to be a thing, and people will be cross-chain, blockchain interoperability, where you'll be able to use currencies on multiple different blockchains. So why be so tribal now? Why be so limited? And I think that's been the biggest key thing for our approach to our marketing on socials, is the less tribalism, more collaboration, because it's allowed us to expand. Like, I even said this to some of the XRPL communities over the last weekend. We've been avoiding them in essence, do you know what I mean? Because I've been so focused on networking with the Web3 artists out in this space. I'll jump into Cardano, Hedera, Tezos, do you know what I mean? I'll jump into all of these different spaces just to connect and show support for the artists. But that has been such a monumental push for our marketing, because if you do restrict yourself to one chain, there's so many incredible Web3 superstars out here that you're just missing out on. Like all of you guys in this room, for example, do you know what I mean? Like if I was so tribal, I would have never connected with a lot of you guys. So that's probably been the biggest push for it all, man. And it's been a blessing to connect with so many incredible people.
No, it's been a blessing to know you, bro. Like even like the promotion that Now did for me, it's actually in here. I believe it's a rare, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, if you walk by it, the song Player or Play, you know what I'm saying? The song that I came out with on NFTempo, and Tooilly actually did the beat, man. And Illy, you could mirror this with me, bro. Was Now just a pleasure to work with, bro, through that whole process?
I'm gonna tell you something. Hey, now, when it comes to Tooilly, because I can only speak for myself, like just the process, right? I don't care what platform I'm dealing with. Me personally, like NFTempo is definitely like a home base for me, you know what I'm saying? And I can say I came from like the Cardano blockchain, you know what I'm saying? But I never was like a maxi or just like a anti-explorer, you know what I'm saying? So, but I promise you, just off the strength of, you were super helpful with Zoom, with Zoom calls and step-by-step and anything me or Veli needed, you know what I'm saying? It was like, hey, set it up. What's going on? Like, hitting right back in the DM. So, again, Veli, super helpful. Super duper duper helpful.
Man, hell yeah, bro. Like it was a freaking pleasure to work with him, bro. And I want to give him his props on that, man. But you guys are actually bringing something new to the NFTempo platform now, because like, at first, like, MCs or all kind of creators, you know what I'm saying, they were able to put their content on your platform for purchase, basically through your token. Is it so? Do you use XRP to buy the content, or do you use your token XFT to buy the content? Can you kind of break that down for us really quick?
Yeah, so right now it's just XRP, the main cryptocurrency out there. So yeah, if you have XRP, you'll be able to purchase all the music collectibles from these Web3 superstars out here on the XRPL. However, we do have our own utility token, XFT. That will be implemented as a currency on the marketplace shortly. And along with that, we'll also have fiat payment services. So the pricing of things will change. It will go to, instead of just setting a price in XRP, you'll set a price in, for example, you guys over in the States, you'll set a price in the dollar value. And then the XRP and the XFT price will fluctuate in line with the dollar value of that.
That's dope as hell, man. And so like, to get my man Illy like wheels kind of turning and stuff, you know what I'm saying? So like he could figure out how to like turn us into like XFT billionaires and stuff. Can you explain to us some of the features about the XFT token? Like is that the treasury rewards and stuff that's involved with it and the airdrops and stuff that goes with it? Can you break that down for us now?
Yeah, for sure. So, yeah, with XFT, there is certain information which I'll allude to, which we're a little bit hush-hush on right now, and that comes into play with the DeFi hub. However, right now, there is no utility for XFT. We do have the 12-month airdrop plan. I think we're currently 4 months into that. Next week, a little bit of alpha for you all in here. There's going to be free airdrops, so you're going to have August, September, and October's airdrops all next week. So yeah, there is the 12-month airdrop function. After that, I think there's five more airdrops to go, something like that. I'm not 100%, but yeah, we're approaching halfway through the 12-month airdrop plan. And like I say, it's going to be activated as a currency on the marketplace very soon. We're toying and we're discussing on the back end different ways we can utilize this as a currency. For example, artists offering discounts on their collectibles if they were to purchase through XFT. And then we're also sort of trying to think of certain ways for the artists as well to benefit a bit more from XFT. But we're a little bit hush-hush on that right now because nothing's set in stone. But there's many different ideas we've got in the vault for bringing just a bit of extra value on the marketplace itself for XFT. Even tipping functions, do you know what I mean? People will be able to tip artists if they like the song, if they stream it, do you know what I mean? They'll be able to tip through XFT. It'll be a currency on the NFT tickets marketplace as well. And then it'll also be involved with the DeFi hub, which this will bring a load of DeFi capabilities to XFT, to the music NFTs, like staking, liquidity pools, do you know what I mean? All sorts of DeFi. But again, that's another one we're a little bit hush-hush on for now. Because, yeah, that's the last platform to come. That's sort of like one of the secret sources to XFT.
Yo, that's dope as hell, bro. Like, I love what y'all doing, man. Like, it's just so cool, man. Like, and so, like, if somebody wants to get the token, is it available to the public right now? Or, you know what I'm saying? How would somebody acquire this XFT token?
Yeah, so what I will again, always do your due diligence, always do your research. We've got the white paper out there, we've got the tokenomics out there. Like, do your research into the token. However, it is available to purchase on the XM Dex or the Zoom Dex, which is the XRPL ecosystem. Yeah, you can purchase XFT there using XRP. Yeah, that's pretty much to it. Yeah, so you can go ahead and get XFT on the Zoom Dex, which is available in the Zoom app. And yeah, just trade it. I'm just trying to have a look at the price right now. I think it's again, what I will say when I say do your due diligence, do your research. It is a low market cap coin. There's not a lot of liquidity in the token, so bear that in mind. Look at the order books. You may want to put in a buy order instead of just buying straight into the market, XYZ. But again, not financial advice. Do your due diligence. But yeah, the price right now is at 0.00016 XRP.
And not only that, but I heard you say airdrop. So if we own the token, you will get airdrops depending on how much of the token you own. Is that how that works?
Yeah, very true. So like I say, well, there's going to be free airdrops next month, or next week, sorry. That's going to be to XFT holders. It works out to be between 3 and 4% of your holdings each airdrop. So, and what I will state as well, every time an airdrop goes out, the airdrop amount will decrease slightly because more tokens are being added into the circulating supply.
Okay, that's dope, yo. Your homeboy Duck was in the building. He had sat next to you. I think he might have dropped out real quick. You know what I'm saying? But we may get him back. So big shout out to the homeboy Duck. You know what I'm saying? Quack set around this joint. You feel me?
Hey, let's go, Duck set. I'm actually looking. So when you look at the couches, if you're looking at the couches face on, right on that back wall underneath the image of myself, you can see that promo image of yourself. Of your track, and then there's also a promo of one of Duckset's track. I think that's Hatched Alone. So yeah, I love the music they're doing as well. He's a fantastic producer himself, and love the Duckset vibes, man.
Yeah, man, good guy, and like he's always at the spaces and stuff like that. So he's a big supporter, as everybody is, man, who freaking has came into to contact with now. You know what I'm saying? And so I know that like NFTempo is kind of like hubbed up, you know what I'm saying? So we got like the music NFT marketplace, and then you just kind of went into like the whole DeFi element of it. And so like, is there gonna be like royalties involved with the sales of the content also?
So that actually leads on to the royalties investment platform. So right now, royalties gets thrown about a lot, and I think what's key to understand is the difference between the royalties or the sales royalties that artists can put onto NFTs when it's sold on the secondary market compared to the streaming royalties, because the royalties investment platform, that opens up artists to allow that opens artists up to sell the streaming royalties behind their music, which is going to open up a whole different ball game of possibilities for artists. Right now, this is capable and is possible out there, but I believe a lot of it is restricted to accredited investors, or there's only a few sites I've come across, and if it's not restricted to accredited investors, it's a very backward process of it all. But yeah, the royalties investment platform, that's going to bring the capability for artists to sell the streaming royalties behind music and allow fans to actually earn from the music they're listening to, which even as an artist perspective, that's going to bring a whole new wave of marketing to them, because everyone who's getting paid out from their streaming is going to be pushing that song like mad, saying they're getting paid X, Y, and Z just for listening to it. Do you know what I mean? So that's really exciting. But as well, when on the royalties, on the secondary market royalties, obviously, yeah, artists can put whatever percentage they want onto a track to receive the royalty, a percentage of the sale on the secondary market, and goes back to the artist themselves. But on a personal note, I do see that getting reduced as years go on. We allow artists to take up to 50%, but you are starting to see artists come lower their figures, and they're starting to come below 10%, starting to come below 5%, which I do think is about right. Do you know what I mean? Because it's like saying if you was to go and sell a vinyl or sell a CD, and if you've got to go and give 10% back to the artist, do you know what I mean? That's just not a process in the world right now. So, but yeah, royalties, secondary market royalties is available, and then also the royalties investment platform, which is going to take, that's going to bring the stock market of music to the blockchain. Do you know what I mean?
And like, first of all, let me ask my man, yo, Illy, everything good with you? You goody?
Yeah. I'm here.
You know what I'm saying? I see you had to come back through the block and everything, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, we didn't kick you out, did we, fam?
Nah, that was my end. I done hit some bullshit. I'm over here trying to multitask and hit some bullshit, and I had to come back in real quick.
All right, man. No, shout out to Niall, man, because he had just, he was kind of breaking down the whole XFT thing, you know what I'm saying? And like I was looking at his site, like when I was doing some research on him, and I kept seeing these articles about the interface and the servers and like the V2. So I didn't know if that was for version 2, you know what I'm saying, and stuff like that. So are you guys like working constantly to like make the creator experience and the user experience better on the website now?
Without a doubt, man, without a doubt. And I'll be perfectly transparent and say, look, I'm not happy with the state of the marketplace is in right now. And I think, Tooilly, you may testify to that in the current mint process. Do you know what I mean? It's not the most streamlined, especially if you compare it to other blockchains, due to XRPL restrictions with the current mint process, even with listing and buying NFTs and XRP reserves, all sorts. There's many issues I've got with the marketplace, and we're bringing a wave of updates to it all. Currently, right now, I would sort of say it is still essentially in the MVP state of the marketplace. We've just announced the first V2 update, which is the music video files, the GIF files, as we see with the player GIF in the background there. But yeah, GIF files and WAV files and the 2 GB file size limit. So that's the first V2 update, V2.1 as we've said. But there's going to be loads. So even like when you're looking at NFTs and how they're all viewed individually, that will change to just viewing one item with like a 10 times 100 or whatever with it. Yeah, even with the profile side of things, getting playlists going, the genre search feature, the communication, so you can comment on tracks and just comment with the artist as well, send them direct messages through the marketplace. There's so much to come. We may actually be releasing next week or the week after a visual update of all the V2 updates that are going to come. Because there's a lot, man. I've got pages and pages of stuff written down of what's going to come.
Well, bro, I'm here for it, bro, and yeah, man, I want you guys to keep building because that's what we need, and yeah, man, like we understand that you guys are in a building process, but and you guys are kind of ahead of the game because a lot of projects can't do video, and so like how is that whole process been? I know it's been a little maybe tedious for you, but I know your community has to be reacting positively to them being able to put better content or more versions of content out for their creators or their community.
That's exactly it, man. Do you know what I mean? Especially the artists themselves, it's opened them up to offer a whole new wave of collections of from what they were potentially doing beforehand. And even on the cost side of things, like with the music video side, I think OpenSea, they allow music video minting. It's an $80 fee just to get a music video out there, do you know what I mean? Which is disgusting. So the fact that we're coming and doing it with no upfront fees, just the way we're moving, the networking we're doing with other artists, it's beautiful, man. And even the community as such, they're seeing that through the events, the spaces we're all hosting all the time, and they're buzzing off it, man. They've been loving it. It's just staying consistent, do you know what I mean? Building through a bear market, that's what it's all about, man. The ones that continue to build will thrive when it comes back round.
Hey man, I loved it, bro, because like, me and Illy produced a player track, that we put on the platform. And we got our homeboy, NakedNutz. And we threw him a dragon and we just told him to kind of go to work, and he made us the cover, and he made us the animation behind it, and I thought it came out really well, bro. And so I just want to congratulate you, myself, NakedNutz, and Tooilly on a phenomenal collaboration and release. You feel me?
Hey, yeah, man, big shout out to, sorry to it, I was going to say big shout out to NakedNutz on that as well, because like, even that, you could have just had the standard picture, do you know what I mean? But the fact that you've gone and made it with all the little animations behind it, the electrifying coming through, the dragon, do you know what I mean? It takes that collection to a whole new level. So yeah, massive shout out to NakedNutz on that as well, and great track from both of you as well, man. I love it.
But yeah, definitely. But what I was going to say was, as far as the platform, you know what I'm saying? Besides like besides the updates that are needed, like I've like dabbled on a few other music platforms, and I'm gonna be honest, man. Like NFTempo, it's pretty simple, man. Like as far as just putting something up real quick, or because a few of these projects, man, you got to go through hell and hot water just to get. I mean, like just to get a song up, you know what I'm saying? So just as far as it being so easy and seamless, regardless of the updates that are needed, man, salute to you guys for making it so user-friendly for whoever's going to use it.
Yeah, man, I appreciate that. And I think that's been actually one of the biggest feedbacks we've had is just how sort of user-friendly, how clean the site is, do you know what I mean? Which, yeah, man, I'm all for that. It's the capabilities, the technology, that will catch up in terms of minting processes and features on the site of what you can do, do you know what I mean? But yeah, having a clean UI is important for that user retention, do you know what I mean? Because even on the side of like the average viewing stats, if you was to look at some of the top XRPL marketplaces, they don't even have an average viewing of a minute or so, do you know what I mean? Which average screen time, which that's nothing to sort of discredit or nothing, but with ours, we're seeing sort of close to 10 minutes now, which when you're talking of that average user retention rate, it's just, that's nuts, a nuts comparison, which again, it shows how clean the site is, that how involved people are getting into the music as well, do you know what I mean? And actually staying on the site, watching the artwork, checking out the properties and the metadata that's been put into the track and all sorts. So yeah, man, it has been great, man. And a big shout out. So I don't know if you was going to lead on to this, Kaveli, but have you got anything to come about the servers and our in-house IPFS storage?
Yeah, absolutely, bro. Tell us about the servers. I mean, you were so busy telling us about version 2. I think we just kind of what's coming with version 2, you know what I'm saying, that we just kind of got wrapped up in it, man. So tell us about the servers and you know and how you keeping everybody, you know what I'm saying, keeping everybody together so shit won't just crash out.
That's it, man. That's like when you talk of costs and stuff like that for a business, especially a Web3 business. Do you know what I mean? Server costs and the storage costs can absolutely kill a project. We was paying. I'm not going to go into specifics, but we was paying 4 figures just for server fees before we integrated our own in-house server. Do you know what I mean? Which as a Web3, that can be very difficult to sustain. Do you know what I mean, for the long run? And this was before we even included music videos and the 2 GB file size limits and all the extra data and capacity that would be needed for that. So we actually, before we started rolling out our V2 updates, we actually decided to go ahead and develop our own in-house server. So the marketplaces, everything we're doing is running on our own servers, which has just been, it's been incredible, man. It's allowing us to scale at a much faster pace in terms of capacity, capabilities, all sorts. Do you know what I mean? Because the finances are freed up to sort of focus on development instead of just worrying about server costs. So that was a huge milestone for ourselves, which we only sort of got launched. I think it was last month or the month before.
Mm-hmm.
And then as well, we've got our own IPFS storage as well. So again, a massive cost saving situation where we've got our own storage system. We don't have to use third party storage. Do you know what I mean? It's, yeah, just having everything in house has been it's been a fantastic movement. And again, we're not even a year old. Do you know what I mean? So imagine another 12 months of development where it is just focused on the development now because we've got our own storage and servers. That's going to be really exciting.
So I'm assuming the partnership with Code and Legends is going well.
Hey, let's go, man. Yes, David, our CTO, our Chief Technical Officer, he's a fantastic guy, man. Got his own company, the Code and Legends. Yeah, he's doing some big things, man, and we're blessed to have him as part of the team. He's out off. It may even been this last week. He's over in Dubai for a Web3 event. Do you know what I mean? And a developers event. So, yeah, man, he may not be that recognised, but he's an incredible person to have on the team.
Yeah, man, no doubt, man. And your blockchain developer. I don't want to slaughter the name. Can you help me with that?
Yeah, that's David, the CTO. So he's our blockchain, or he's the docs. He's the head of it all. So he's the chief technical officer, our blockchain developer. He has got a team underneath him. They're not docs, but he is as the founder, as the leader of it all. But yeah, he's that guy. He's the one who's founded Code and Legends as well.
What about Precash? You like Precash?
I'm surprised you know about him. You have done your research, my man. I love it. So, yeah, that's not his actual name. That's just sort of a social name that he uses. But yeah, he's one of the developers
So he
underneath.
fooled me with perception, huh?
That's it, man. That's it. Keeping that identity protected. But yeah, man, and I will say a big shout out to himself because he's a massive part of the brains behind that. Like anytime we've got an issue, do you know what I mean, or something needs to be implemented, or an artist has got a suggestion, go straight to him, man, and like him and David, and we come up with a solution. And their brains are something else. Do you know what I mean? I'd love to have this sort of technical brain that them lads do.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. And Cleo's pretty cool too. Cleo Lopez.
Yeah, man, she's an angel. She's an absolute angel. She is. Does a lot more on sort of been a bit quiet with us over the last few months as she's been having a lot on with her personal life, with university and stuff like that. But she's another fantastic character. Do you know what I mean? Big support in the sort of the long form articles that we do and everything like that. But yeah, a lot of love to Cleo out there.
Yeah, man. So I mean, so that's the team I just went through. For the people just listening, and it's always good, because when a Web3 company has their team and the pictures on the website, they're not trying to hide their faces and stuff like that. That's always a good look because we earlier in our conversation, we were kind of talking about scams and stuff like that, and so you want to try to take every precaution when you're invested in things, you know what I'm saying, especially new things to try to protect yourself in the future, you know. So big shout out to you guys for that now, and we appreciate NFTempo for you guys for being so transparent with us, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, now
Yeah,
I just
man.
want to tell you, I did all the
Go ahead,
research.
Tooilly. Sorry, bro.
Nah, I just want to tell you, I did all the research and sent it to Kaveli. He didn't do all that research by himself. I just want to let you know that, okay?
Hey, doing Kaveli dirty out here, but nah, man, I love it, I love it. But that's what it's all about. Do you know what I mean? Like we've spoken about a couple of the scams that I've been involved in and suffered with over the years. Do you know what I mean? And I think that's been such an integral part of myself is through the experience that I've gained in this space and even through the dark times, you know what I mean, the bad times, the bad actors and everything like that. Especially getting to this stage now where I'm a co-founder and I'm a leading position in a company. We ain't moving like that at all. Do you know what I mean? Transparency is everything to me. So yeah, I always say to the community, like even the community members, just one of the holders, XFT holders or NFT purchasers. Do you know what I mean? They can hit me up. They can get a call booked with themselves. Do you know what I mean? And there's no issues about that. Transparency is everything, especially in the Web3 space when there's so many people hiding identities, X, Y, Z. Yeah, transparency is a key thing.
Yo, man, dope as hell, bro. Like, and you know, with that being said, fam, you know, the Dragons, you know what I'm saying? Like Illy, Allie, myself, you know what I'm saying, the homeboy Naked Nuts. You know, we do we appreciate everybody for coming through and coming hanging out with Now, you know what I'm saying, because this is real educational. You know, you get to find out what's going on with Now. You get to find out about NF Tempo and stuff like that. And not only that, but we're gonna be putting this on YouTube and stuff like that. So we'll be able to share this to the community and let everybody know what was going on. But we the Dragons, we do other shit, you know what I'm saying? And so we got an event coming up October the 29th. It's gonna be Sunday. It's going to be featuring the homeboy Arthur Alley, who is behind the cameras right now, and it's also going to be featuring the homeboy NakedNutz. And you're going to get to see all of the beautiful art that they got. We're going to have all of their links up and shit, you know what I'm saying? So if you want to, purchase you some beautiful NFTs and whatnot, I think my boy Naked Nuts got a lot of one-on-ones, so you'll be the only motherfucker with those, you know what I'm saying? And Ali got a lot of cool art that he does, like he got these dope-ass rabbits that he does, he got these Bill Murray stickers and shit like that, and so we just want to show y'all another commercial, you know what I'm saying? We're going to show y'all the layer where we having the event at and stuff like that, so, you know what I'm saying? We like y'all to... we'll be right back pretty much for after these commercial breaks. You feel me? Shit is so crazy be saying that.
Greetings. My name is Kaveli White. I'm teaming up with my homeboys, the Dragon Clan, to bring you the Dark Side Experience. Sunday, October the 29th, we'll be showcasing incredible talent, two of my favorite Web3 artists, Altered Alley and Naked Nuts DAO. You'll be able to view and mint NFTs from Naked Nuts DAO and Altered Alley. We will have live performances. We will also have giveaways courtesy of our sponsor, Stripper Coin. So come network in the metaverse with the Dragon Clan Sunday, October the 29th. Visit spatial.io and type in layer, Lair, layer. Type in layer in the search bar or type in your Google search box, layer spatial. We will also provide all links on all social media platforms. Come down to the layer for the Dark Side Experience.
Yo, it's your boy Kaveli the Punisher White. You know what I'm saying? We back in this joint. Man, yeah, so we got that event coming up, you know what I'm saying? October the 29th on Sunday. Make sure y'all come out and kick it. Your boy will be performing. Your boy Kaveli the Punisher White. I'll be performing player. You know what I'm saying? And now I understand that you also do like a Web3 like a mental health space that you guys are doing monthly. Is that what you're doing, bro?
Yeah, thank you for the shout out. So we're doing a mental health in music space. It's been, especially with this month being Suicide Prevention Month and the first week of this month being Mental Health Awareness Week, it's proven. We opened up a space and we done it the first time. I think we had near 700 people tune into it. It was something special, man. It really was, and we realised how important this topic is. So, yeah, every month moving forward, we're going to be doing a mental health in music check-in, and just being vulnerable. Do you know what I mean? Checking in with all the music artists, how their mental health's doing in this space, especially during a bear market. Do you know what I mean? It can be tough out there. So, yeah, love for the shout out. But yeah, mental health in music spaces every once a month.
Yeah, man, and that's very important because especially with artists and creators, like I'm pretty sure everybody that's here, we're really passionate about things that we do. And so, when things are going bad in our personal lives, you know what I'm saying, besides music, it always makes for good music, but not necessarily good mental health. You know what I mean? And so now, like, what made you in their tempo? What made you guys just, kind of want to explore that lane?
To me, mental health is something I'm very passionate about anyway. I've struggled with mental health myself years ago, before I even got into the Web3 space. And where I mentioned Jordan before, big shout out to him again. When I was going through the mental health struggles, at one point I tried committing suicide. You know what I mean? I was in a very dark place myself. And Web3 turned that around for me. It really did. We look where I am today and the growth and everything like that. It's been incredible. So, yeah, mental health has always been a very important topic to me, and especially with this whole month coming up with the Mental Health and Awareness Week at the start of this month. It was just something I was trying to think, well, how do we incorporate it into music a little bit more? And I started doing a bit more research into it, and some of the facts and the figures that I was getting back from that was astonishing. Do you know what I mean? Like, for example, musicians or music artists being 3 times more likely to suffer with mental health issues, anxiety, stress, depression, all being top of that. Do you know what I mean? That was eye-opening. So yeah, I thought, especially in this Web3 space where artists are having to do a lot more now, do you know what I mean, with the marketing, the tokenomics side of things, with the music collections, there's a lot more added to musicians' plates, especially when we've just gone through COVID, over in the UK, Brexit, which brought more fear for artists on the whole traveling and playing concerts live and stuff like that. So it's been a tough few years for music artists out here. It really has. And I think, yeah, we just went for it. We done it on a whim again. A week before we had the idea, do you know what I mean? And got into it, and man, it proved one of the best shows we've ever done, man. Especially for how people resonated with it, the messages we got after, the emotions that were shared. It was special, man. It really was special.
Sure, bro. And like just for educational purposes and teachable moments, like, what type of feelings and even if you can help us with maybe a situation or two. I mean, a beautiful guy like yourself who's been so open and wonderful today, what would make you contemplate suicide now?
Yeah, nah. So yeah, that's going back to the days. Do you know what I mean? I've always, I think this is probably a bit of personal expectations I put on myself and the weight that I put on my own shoulders, because I've always considered myself to be a leader. I've always considered myself to be someone to succeed. Do you know what I mean? And I've always strived for success. And I think at that time in my life, things were just a little bit stagnant. Do you know what I mean? Recently got out of a really bad toxic relationship, and things just didn't follow well after that. I was very lonely, do you know what I mean? And I was very secluded in myself. I wouldn't open up to people. And again, like when we spoke about earlier with rug pulls and scams, and like just being open and talking and being a bit more open about your finances in general, especially with men, do you know what I mean? We don't talk about mental health enough. So if I was just a bit more open back then and transparent with people and just sort of said, look, I need the help, I need this, I just need someone to talk to, I don't think I would have got myself into that position. But there was just so much pride and weight that I put on my own shoulders that I just sort of reduced myself, do you know what I mean? And I really swallowed myself up.
Yeah, a lot of times, like, we be so prone and so keen to help other people, but we'll be so hesitant to take help from other people. Is that kind of what you were experiencing through those times too now?
Oh, without a doubt, man. Where I say I always like looked up to myself to be a leader in that. Like I was always captains of like football teams, and I was even managers of football teams. Like yeah, I'd always be the sort of person that some people would look up to, people would reach out to for help, and I was always giving people X, Y, Z advice, help, this, that, and the other. And while I was struggling the most myself, do you know what I mean? And that's it. You just not even listening to my own words that I give to other people. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, 100%, man. I was so willing to help other people. I refused to help myself.
Yeah, man, I know that feeling, you know what I'm saying? And like, something that helps me now, and I'll pass it on to you, bro. And you probably know this too. I mean, because you're a smart guy, like what I always remember, I don't know where I got this freaking analogy from, but because we're so helpful to other people, like and like we could lose ourselves helping other people. How I kind of think of it is like we're like the main boat, you know what I'm saying? And like we got all of these freaking lifeboats that are around us, they can come to the ship, you know what I'm saying, and hang out and stuff like that. But like I picture it like if our light boat goes down, then you know what I'm saying, then if that helps nobody, so it's kind of a mantra, somewhat to spotlight how important self is. Can you feel that, Pimp?
Man, yeah, I agree with that 100%. Do you know what I mean? Because when you were saying that, I was even thinking, do you know what I mean? Like when we're out there giving advice and giving help to others, it resonates that good feeling back towards ourselves. It creates that dopamine for ourselves. Do you know what I mean? So I think that was kind of why I was reluctant to open up myself, because I'd rather just help someone and try and get the dopamines that way. But like you say, if you're not looking after yourself, and if things would have gone bad that day, do you know what I mean? There would have been no more boat for people to lean on. There would have been no more advice for me to give out. So you have to look after yourself. You have to sort of open up and yeah, take that. Just take that hit, like take that pride away. Do you know what I mean? Rip back that layer of pride. Rip back that layer of sort of self-worth, and just be open, be vulnerable. Do you know what I mean? Because yeah, it will help you so much in the long run, and even for helping others. Do you know what I mean? To stay consistent helping others, because yeah, we can't help no one if we're underground. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, man, fucking right, bro. And like as far as like the toxic relationships and shit, where you just like fucking young and shit like that, and just like just out here living young and wild and free. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, too right, man. Hey, this bird, she was a Man City fan. I'm a Man City fan. I've been, yeah, that's my football team. Do you know what I mean? And I see her one day with a Man City shirt on, and I just fell. Do you know what I mean? And hey, you know what we're like back then, when in the younger days. Do you know what I mean? Early 20s, late 18, 19. Do you know what I mean? That's one of them things. But yeah, toxic relation like that. That one, yeah, there was condoms being pierced. There was. Fake pregnancies, fake abortions. Do you know what I mean? Like that was as toxic as you can get, man. It was something else, and that did scar me for a little while. Do you know what I mean? It took me a while to just get over that whole, because at one point I thought I was going to be a dad. Do you know what I mean? And that's something I've always dreamt of. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, but hey, everything happens for a reason. Do you know what I mean? And I always look back. Everything I've gone through, it's built the resilience in me into who I am today, into dealing with everything I'm doing. Do you know what I mean? Running a project, everything like that. Everything happens for a reason. You just got to sort of have faith in the journey, man, and not get lost in it as well.
Yeah, man. Yeah, my heartbreak, like it happened kind of early in life. You know what I'm saying? And so like I can tell you um why, you know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna ask you this question first. Like why do you think you stayed a part of that toxic relationship for so long?
Yeah, that's a great question, man. That is a great question. And to be honest, looking back, I don't know. I don't get me wrong. In the time, you just sort of get infatuated with it. I don't know. You kind of feel like, especially for myself, I ended up. It was a bad time for myself, because I ended up pulling away from friends. Do you know what I mean? And I sort of become very secluded to her. And it was. I think that was something as well that did play in part of it, because I felt like if I sort of breaking up with her, like you're starting over again. Do you know what I mean? And hey, no one likes change. Do you know what I mean? No one likes change. So you'd rather try and make things work, especially when she puts on a Man City top, and my heart starts fluttering. But
Yeah.
yeah, That's a great question. To be honest, I don't think that's one that I've ever really considered, to be fair.
Man, like think about that when when you get a chance, because that'll help you in the future. And I'll tell you what it was for me, being young, because it was pretty much like my first girl, like who I lost my virginity to. She was a promiscuous young lady, to say the least. You know what I'm saying? And so, so what happened with me was, in my head, I just figured that, we had this pact, and that eventually she would mold into this woman, that could work. And that couldn't be further from the truth. I wasn't focused on reality. You know what I'm saying? The reality of the situation was that she was going to be who she wanted to be in life. And if I wanted to be a part of that, I would need to alter myself to be with her. But if I didn't want to go that way and didn't want to be susceptible to those things, I would probably need to redirect my circumstances. Can you feel me on that?
Yeah, man, 100%. And I think that leads to another thing. I think we kind of get caught up in that honeymoon period of when you first start dating. Do you know what I mean? And you always try and go back to those moments, those memories. But especially when you start getting into those longer term relationships, not that you find out their true character, but you may not necessarily be growing in the same direction together. Do you know what I mean? And that, things, like I say, things happen for a reason. You may just naturally drift apart, and it may not be the right one. But all lessons are a lesson learned. Do you know what I mean? So I do agree with that completely, man.
Man, hell yeah, man. And you know what? And don't get me wrong, I applied that to, I guess, love relationships, or personal relationships, but that works for anything, guys, like friendships, or anything like that. Never be afraid to part ways. If somebody's got to go their path, they got to go their path. If you don't understand it, you don't understand it. And if they don't understand you, they don't understand you. But you don't have to fight because you all are going different paths. You do you feel what I'm saying now?
Man, I think that's more prevalent than ever, especially with how Web3's grown. Do you know what I mean? I think that probably has put a divide in a lot of friendships, and a lot of sort of, you start seeing people's mental capacity and their actual goals and vision for life. Do you know what I mean? Because when you start getting into the crypto side of things, I do think that tears a lot of friendships and relationships up, because man, yeah, I think you just start seeing the real true vision for where they want to go, where they're at. And I think that's when you start realizing that certain people are just stagnant. Then they're not meant for something more. Do you know what I mean? And that is a point where I'd say, yeah, take a step away. Do you know what I mean? Reevaluate things, because it may not be necessarily that can alter your own sort of journey as well. Do you know what I mean?
Hell yeah. And with that being said, have the hard talks. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, man, if shit go bad, how we gonna split this up? 50-50, boom, boom, you know what I'm saying? That way, it's all in communications. You know what I'm saying? Like we were saying, pretty much towards the beginning of this conversation. And I think that was a pretty dope talk. You know what I'm saying? I need to ask my man Illy about it. I mean, Illy, did we go deep like Keith Sweat on that motherfucker? How deep is your love, young man?
Yeah. I was over here chopping it up with my little one, but yeah, definitely, yo. Just as far as relationships in general, man. Again, I'm over here multitasking, but I definitely, my ears are wide open. You know what I'm saying? And just far as knowing when to enter a relationship, whether it's a official, you know what I mean, spouse relationship, or whether it's a friendship, you know what I mean, because sometimes actual friendships, you know what I'm saying, can be like an anchor as well. You know what I mean, you not know it, you know what I'm saying? So you really got to have those hard, them hard conversations, you know what I'm saying? And just communication as well, communication all around the board, whether it's with a spouse or a business, or, I mean, the homies, just communication is key, you know what I'm saying? So definitely a deep conversation for sure.
Yeah, man.
Sorry, Kaveli. I was going to say, just to tap on that, do you know what I mean? I think it's so important, because the more you can have these hard conversations, even with loved ones, friends, relationships, do you know what I mean? It gives you more confidence to have those difficult conversations and put those hard questions into the projects that you may be investing in, and actually doing the due diligence, because it's surprising to me how many people invest without actually asking a question. Do you know what I mean? And if the more comfortable you get having that, it's true though, isn't it, man? Like that, how many people actually sit there and go into a Discord, get into the founders' DMs and ask a question and have the, let's be honest, have the balls to ask a difficult question, because they don't, as long as you're coming in with respect, difficult questions are healthy, man. They really are, them difficult conversations. So yeah, just get comfortable being uncomfortable, having these difficult conversations. That's so important.
Hell yeah, bro. And you know what'll help my mental health is knowing that NFTempo is not gonna be selling my information to no third parties or fucking up the copyrights, you know what I'm saying, or taking me in illy songs and slanging them under the underground and shit like that now. So I mean, do y'all protect the artists or what over there?
Yeah, man, 100%. You know it, and I think again that's what's beautiful about the blockchain. Do you know what I mean? Like you're in complete ownership of that asset, everything like that as well. Like it's all down to the information you put into the metadata X, Y, Z. Do you know what I mean? That's the information that's public and shareable. So yeah, man, like I think that's just what's beautiful about the blockchain technology as well.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah, bro. And so like you guys, I seen somebody come out today. Is that Rob Nichols who dropped? Was that today?
Yeah, man, we've had a few new drops actually. I've got a few promos ready to go. We've had Rob Nichols. He's finally dropped the last Eargasms EP, or the single out of the Eargasms EP. You're the One. Fantastic tune that is. We've had Apocalypse. No doubt you guys know Apocalypse in here. He's just released his first collectible on NFTempo, which is great to see him coming over. And XRP Bags as well. He's just released his first music video on the marketplace, which again, it's great to see more music videos coming, man. So like I say, we'll have these tutorials out next week, and I don't think I'm going to be able to keep up with all the new drops that's coming, man. It's going to be crazy.
Man, that's dope as hell, man. Like I love just going on like these Web3 platforms and just kind of looking at the art and just kind of, picking out, which NFTs to get into. Like, but for as people who come to the website, can they like play the song to like preview it, or do they have to purchase the content, blindly? Talk to me about that now.
Great question. And before I actually get into that, I think you've just mentioned a great point. Like you've just subconsciously said that you go there to look at the art and invest. Do you know what I mean? And I think for any music artist that's out there listening, take pride and take care of the artwork that you're putting into these collectibles, because that is a huge selling point to the NFT itself. Do you know what I mean? The visual aspect of that image, the cover art, the thumbnail, whatever it may be. So take pride into the artwork that you're doing. But yeah, that being said, on the marketplace, you can just go on and listen to the music. If you like the collectible, you can sit there and purchase the collectible. Do you know what I mean? Get it into your playlists, X, Y, Z, once that feature is available. We will be bringing a feature where, when viewing a collection, that you get to listen to like a 30-second sample of it. So that'll be another feature that comes. But yeah, right now you can go onto the marketplace, play the music, close down the marketplace and go onto other apps, and the music player will still carry on playing the music. So yeah, love the little music player we've got out there, and that's only the start as well. There's going to be many updates to that. We are actually event planning our own music player app for the NFTs themselves, so that'll be interesting when that comes to market.
Yo, again, man, super shout out to my homeboy, NakedNutz for putting together the gift for us and stuff, like that. And speaking of art, my the homeboy Alter Alley. If you guys go to spatial.io and in the space bar type in Haunted Alley. My dude got like a haunted house of spatial rooms set up. You know what I'm saying? And you could go through each one until you get to the end, and then you're gonna wind up in layer. And that's where we're having the event at on the 29th. So it's like so dope. And like if you start now, you could probably get through it and be at the end by the 29th, 6 p.m. Central Time. And yeah, and we gonna kick it. You feel me? So man, hell
And
yeah.
make sure each room you go through, make sure you hit the like button. There's 3 dots on the right hand side. When you go, even this room right here, please Because if not, Ali gonna kick all of us out in 10 seconds. So make sure y'all hit the like button, please.
Oh shit. Yeah. Oh man. And man, shout out to our sponsor, Stripper Coin, man. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Stripper Coin for believing in the dragons, you know what I'm saying? Believing in Alley, knowing what we worth. You know what I'm talking about? And now, bro, you know, my final question to you, bro, is man, what do you like to do, bro? What the fuck? You like nature, animals, bro? You like to escape in the beauty of the world, man? Long walks on the beach, man. What do you like to do now?
Hey man, first of all, I like getting in with the communities. I like getting in with these artists, the spaces, man. Honestly, you get lost in them spaces. Like you can go for 12, 24 hours and just not even realise, you know what I mean? So I've got to give a shout out to the Web3 community, especially the Web3 music community out here, man. There's every show, every space is bringing something different, man. And the music that's coming to this space is something special. But yeah, man. So obviously I've mentioned football and everything like that before. That's a big passion of mine. That has taken a back seat over the last few years. I was a goalkeeper. The last time I tried playing, I broke my finger when I first went in goal, and then I come back from that injury. The next game I played, I think I broke my foot. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, that's that had to take a little step back. But yeah, man, other than that, it's nature, man. I'm a big one for getting out there in nature and animals. I'm always one to just go on little walks, hikes, and just find little sort of unfound areas, do you know what I mean? Just get in with the animals. Yeah, I'm a big one for that, man. Honestly, if you used to go through my camera reel, it is just nature and scenery and animals, man. I love it. I love it. I do partake in a bit of smoking, do you know what I mean? A bit of ganja. So I'll always, go for a walk and have a smoke in the nature with the animals, do you know what I mean? But yeah, that's my sort of real relaxing and just get away, escaping nature.
Man, dope as hell, bro. Yo, you gotta you know, we tap in sometimes, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, I can't wait till one day where we could click up and get the toke one together, you know what I'm saying, and share a joint. Now, where are you located at now?
I'm down in Norwich in the UK, down in Norfolk. But everyone says I've got a London accent, but I come down from the farmerlands in the old in the farmerlands in proper in the sticks of Norfolk. So yeah, but right now I'm living in Norwich in the UK, and again, it's all about transparency. Do you know what I mean? And yeah, I'm all for it. So yeah, Norwich in the UK, I live.
Is that where you were born, or?
Not far from it. I believe I was born in Kings Lynn, but I've grew up in Norfolk. I only recently moved to Norwich. Grew up in a little village called Feltwell. Yeah, man, that's pretty much sort of where I did grow up. I did move to Kings Lynn for a little while, which is a little town out in the UK. That was a shithole. I had to get out of there. But yeah, now in Norwich, lovely little area, lovely place. It's been a blessing, man. Especially with how I'm progressing in this space, it's really allowing me to just focus on what I'm doing. Do you know what I mean? And yeah, be in a happy environment. Do you know what I mean? A safe environment.
Because the reason I was asking real quick, you know, because I met a homeboy at Vegas Con, not this one, because not 23, but 22, year 2022. I met a homeboy, and I rolled up, and he was like, "Yo, I never smoked something with just straight weed. So like, are you guys like mixing your weed with tobacco and shit? Talk to me now. What's going on?"
Man, I love that. Yeah, so the majority, I'd say 90% of people over here in the UK, it is sort of common just to mix it with tobacco. I do like a little blunt here and there though myself, man. Just getting that pure weed, it's a lot nicer, a lot smoother.
Oh man, like is it like you guys are like do you put it in the cigarette, or like do you roll, like, damn, like, break it down for me now, like I'm a virgin, talk to me, baby, pop the cherry.
I love it, man. So yeah, like we've got our king skins. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, I personally, I'd use rolling tobacco and the tobacco pouches you get, and use that. There are people that use the straights, like the standard cigarettes that you'd get, and sort of rip them open and use that tobacco. I think that's disgusting myself. Do you know what I mean? It's so dry, so harsh. But yeah, so yeah, just sort of rolling it up with a nice little roach. Do you know what I mean? And yeah, just get the bud on top. But again, that's something talking about it, there's people or many people I've smoked with in the UK. The amount of tobacco they use is disgusting, man. It really is. Like, I only have it really is, man. It really is. The first time I went over to Amsterdam, we started smoking it there, and you get kicked out of the coffee shops if you bring tobacco to the table. Do you know what I mean? It's like, that was a bit of an eye opener to the whole sort of the atmosphere around weed. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, it's tobacco. It's not. I don't advise it. Obviously, if you can, but I think that's more on a cost side of things for people over in the UK. It's not as widely as accessible as it may be over in the States. Do you know what I mean? And yeah,
Gotcha.
people are tight with it. People are tight with it.
Okay. Yeah, I needed you to break that down for me, man. Y'all passed my dude that motherfucking blunt, man. We went back up in that conference, man. That boy was spacewalking. Can you feel me?
Hey, Billy. Hey, yo, I tried that tobacco with the green before. I ain't gonna front. It's definitely like a head rush. Like, it's more like I should give you a head rush like crazy how you cooking. But I can only imagine him hitting that street bud. He probably was in there on street zombie mode up in there.
Hey, bro, I was high too. I forgot his name. He forgot mine.
I think those sort of moments as well. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's where you're sort of getting people arm in arm. Do you know what I mean? And you're having to carry them home. But we've had that a few times, especially when you do get someone who, like, they'll have so much tobacco in it and like minimal weed, and then you actually give them a proper joint, and yeah, they just space out completely, man. I absolutely love it.
Oh man, so now, man, when we bump into each other, now do not hit me with 90% tobacco, but you gotta roll me one of them wacky tobacco joints, and I'm gonna roll us. I'm a connect two. I'm a connect two. You know what I'm saying? And we gonna bang out like that. Can you roll with that, or is that too much?
Hey, nah, man, I'm down for it, bro. Like I say, I'm not that I'm a big smoker, but I can handle a lot. Do you know what I mean? Like, I used to smoke a lot back in the day. That has stopped since I've been doing what I've been doing in Web3, and it is sort of only on the escapes. But that being said, yeah, man, I reckon I'd be able to go toe to toe with you guys over there in the States. I'd like to say so anyway before give it 12 hours and I might pass out. But yeah, man, I'll definitely give it a shot.
Nah, man, we just gonna have a session, you know what I'm saying? Like, when you ready to put it out, we put it out, you know what I'm saying? You already know, just quick session, you know what I'm saying? Shoot the shit, you know what I'm saying? Because, it has been a pleasure. I always like to say it's always a treat when players meet, you know what I'm saying? I can tell you a fellow player, you know what I'm saying? And so, this has been so wonderful now. Can you feel me?
Man, nah, honestly, I really appreciate it, guys. I've thoroughly enjoyed it tonight, and I just hope, if anything, because I know we've gone into a lot about NFTempo and everything like that, but just sort of the little insights I've shared to myself and my own journey, I hope some people take some inspiration about that. Do you know what I mean? No matter where you are in your life right now, no matter what sort of job or work that you're doing, there's so much opportunity and potential, especially with how technology is developing, Web3 is growing, so many new possibilities out there to better yourself, invest in yourself, and just elevate yourself as a person, maybe even career and financially as well. Like, don't sort of seclude yourself to one career. Get involved in these communities, see what passions you have, and you never know where it may take you. Do you know what I mean? Like I say, 4 or 5 years ago, working on construction sites, and now co-founding a music project that is revolutionising the way we collect music. Do you know what I mean? I couldn't have even dreamt of this growth that I've had. So I just hope, yeah, some people take some inspiration about that. And yeah, definitely any music artists out there, tap in, get your music on the XRPL with music.nftempo.io. And let's keep creating waves, man. Keep shocking the music industry with what we're doing.
You know what, bro? I forgot to I wanted to touch something with you really quick, because my father is a gambler. You know what I'm saying? And so he has to be careful with that shit. You know what I'm saying? So did you get into like a gambling spiel? I heard you speak about that when you was doing construction.
Yeah, man. So again, with my love for football and all that, and especially with how I was quite sort of alone in the time, gambling would be a little escape for me. Do you know what I mean? I'd come home, have a smoke, put a bet on, and it got quite toxic to a point where I was mainly football. Don't get me wrong, I wouldn't, and darts like that. That was one I did have a little gambling. I weren't really too much into casinos or anything like that, but yeah, that took a sort of nasty little hold. Do you know what I mean? Where I was coming home from work and you'd be betting on like random games, US, Norwegian, do you know what I mean? All sorts of random stuff. And hey,
Yeah.
look, I will say I was absolutely blessed at one point. I got myself into some debt with the betting and everything like that and the gambling, and I did actually win £10,000, which worked. I think it's probably like $13,000 from a free spin on a casino, which. That was actually a massive turning point for myself, because at that point I pretty much stopped gambling. I withdrew that, I paid off all debts, and I pretty much just went cold turkey on gambling. And that's sort of when I found crypto and really shifted that focus from gambling to crypto and blockchain research. Do you know what I mean? So I was very lucky in that sense, and I understand how it takes hold of people. But again, that's where it comes down to transparency. Don't hold that weight over your shoulders. Be open to talk to people about these issues, because the more you can talk about it, the more you get it off your chest, and the more you've got a chance of actually escaping that sort of bad habit. Do you know what I mean?
Hey, yo, this is like a principle that we just got to stamp in there. I mean, because we figured this out. We talked about it with relationships, and now we know it with gambling. If you want to keep your shit, learn when to quit. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck it. You know what I mean?
That's it, man. Just don't have that pride over you. You may have lost a bet. Do you know what I mean? It is what everyone will talk about, the wins. No one will talk about the losses. Talk about the losses, because that will open your eyes when you start realizing what you're actually losing. Do you know what I mean? And that'll give you that incentive to push away from it. But again, it just goes down to transparency and vulnerability. You've got to be transparent. You've got to show a little bit of a bit of a vulnerable side. So yeah, but I love that, and that's why I'm so passionate on the mental health side of things, because all that ties in with mental health as well, and the pride and passion that people weigh on their own shoulders.
Hey, yo, now, man. I was talking to my pops one day, yo, and he out of nowhere he goes, "Yeah, son. So, I do a little bookieing on the side, and yeah, man, dude got me kicked out of the casino, man. I wasn't gonna do nothing to him." Hey, that's some wild shit to hear from your pops. You know what I'm saying?
Hey man, that's what you need though. Sometimes you just need to get people to kick it, and that's the point as well. Like when you do open up, say you was to have say it was the roles were reversed and you was having a bit of a tough time with the gambling. If you was just to open up to him and he'd be like, right, well, ban your account for 6 months, ban your account for a year, ban even for 3 months, a month. Do you know what I mean? And like you if you're open to it, then possibilities become open where you can actually sort of. Right, okay, I've got an outside opinion here. This actually makes sense. Take a month away, do you know what I mean? Get banned from that casino, whatever it may be, and just see where you're at the end of that month, do you know what I mean? See how much money you may have saved from not gambling, X, Y, Z, like, and how much better you... Again, it just goes down to being vulnerable and having open chats, because, it's that's just so important, man, because it would just resolve so much headache, so much heartache, so much loss as well. But yeah, I love the fact that you and your old man are very open about it, man. That's brilliant.
Yeah, man, I love my old dude, man. You know what I'm saying? So when I do get to talk to him, you know what I'm saying? He opened up a little bit, but you know how the game go. You know what I'm saying? But hey, man, oh yeah, real quick, let me make this disclosure. If anybody, with gambling problems and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all always know y'all can get y'all some help. Y'all could Google, you know what I'm saying, some help, or, you know what I'm saying, DM somebody, you know what I'm saying, reach out to somebody and get y'all some help. You know what I'm saying? You don't gotta, you don't gotta just, keep perpetuating negativity upon yourself. You know what I'm saying? We want y'all to do better, and that's why we was able to talk about this shit, because if you knew better, you'd do better. You know what I'm talking about?
Hey man, I
Hey,
just
Kaveli.
invested in this damn. Hey, look, real quick now. I just invested in this damn gambling platform, man. Y'all got me feeling like crap right now. I'm about to go snatch my. Y'all, I swear to God. Oh, y'all ain't right, man. It's all good though, man.
Also, do your own research, because like Illy, you know what I'm saying, he taking advantage of people like us. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, I'm just playing. I'm just playing.
Man, don't listen to this, Don. No, I'm about to go pull my money out. Nah, I'm not gonna pull my money out, but no, I ain't doing that, man. Cut it
Hey
out.
Illy, what you go invest into next? Prison? Yeah. Oh man, I'm just playing, everybody. Big jokes, big jokes. What's up, Naked? You good?
Hey, nah, I thought I had the damn mic on. You crazy though, bro.
Nah, man, but hey, man, it's been a wonderful time kicking it with you now, bro. Is there anything else that you would like to get off your chest? You know what I'm saying? Before we close this out, Pip.
Nah, man. Honestly, it's been a fantastic show. One last thing I'd wanted to add, just to what you said there, is not just if you're not just sort of gambling problems or anything like that. If you're struggling with mental health, if you're in the music industry and you're struggling, like there's so many charities, there's so many sort of platforms and people out there to help. So yeah, just put a Google search in. There's many different methods of help as well, which one certain method may not be the one for yourself, but don't let that put you off from other methods. You'll find a way that does resonate with yourself. But yeah, just be open to the help. And yeah, just like Kaveli said, do a little Google search. There's so many incredible charities and people out there that are willing to help, whether it's gambling, mental health, music, whatever it may be. So yeah, just take the time to get the help for yourself. It's just as important as investing in yourself. Do you know what I mean? But nah, man, Kaveli, Tooilly, guys, it's been an absolute pleasure. To everyone who's joined, thank you for coming in and supporting today. Out at Ali, man, what a metaverse you've done, man. I'm loving the space. Anyone who wants any advice for the metaverse, definitely tap in with Altered Ali. Hey, if you want any beats, tap in with Tooilly, and if you want someone to get on them beats, tap in with Kaveli, man. It's been an absolute blessing, guys. I've loved today.
Man, thank you for that, bro. Thank you for that. And hell yeah, man. To Illy, man. Like, hey man, this dude is like glue. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just throw a bunch of shit around and he helped me bring it together on my right side and on my left side, you know what I'm saying, is Alter Alley. You know what I'm saying? Like, he built this space. He's recording us right now. You know what I'm saying? And so big shout out to the homie. And big shout out to our other wing, you know what I'm saying? The homeboy NakedNutz, you know what I'm saying? Always putting that dope ass art out for us, you know what I'm saying? And big shout out to each and last, every one of y'all on this couch, you know what I'm saying? Chilling with us today. You know what I'm saying? This was so dope. We love this conversation with the homeboy now, speaking about NFTempo. We hope everybody got some good education. We hope everybody got some good game, and we hope everybody was entertained. You know what I'm talking about? And that's all I want to say. You know what I'm saying is you have been shooting the with your homeboy Kaveli the Punisher White and your homeboy Tooilly, and we just kicked it with the homeboy Niall Cottrell representing NFTempo, and we out of this motherfucker. Peace.